My yard is ruined.
In this video, I'm going to be installing my very first raised garden bed. But first, I have to prep the area for the compost delivery.
Didn't work as planned.
I'm so excited the compost is finally here, and then... yeah, I'll have to take you back a few days first. This is the area I have planned out for my garden. I want to extend it all the way out here, but for now, I'm only going to be doing this little section here. Tristan, get your fingers out of the way. Stop pointing. Not that way. Come back. Gosh. Just stop. This is the area I'm going to be starting my very first raised beds. So you might be asking, why are you even getting compost? Why do you need so much? Here's the thing. I know inside of my soil right now is a bunch of weed seeds and undesired slugs, and I have a lot of slugs. The idea is to cover it with a layer of cardboard, which does make it harder for the slugs. It seems like they can't get through, so they kind of go around, and over time that breaks down and creates even more fertile soil. You put a layer of compost on top of that, and then you can go ahead and plant whatever you want, whether it be a living walkway or the plants themselves, and in my case, a raised bed. Let's get to the preparation of these boxes before my compost delivery gets here.
Whew, okay, it's really hot out here, and I just grabbed my secret stash. This is all of my boxes. Now the question is it going to be enough? I do have a roll of cardboard. Maybe I'll have to bust that out. But yeah, comment. Is this going to be enough or not enough? I'd love to know what you think. My compressor wouldn't start, but it had enough juice in it to kind of make this not as flat. So hopefully that's okay. Okay. Didn't work as planned. Yeah. Okay, things are coming together. I was able to break down all those boxes and lay them flat right here. I'm gonna have to clean up all of this stuff. All right, so this pile here is everything that was here. And I did it with this knife. Don't worry, it's not a good one. And it's hard to tell on camera, but there's a high spot right here and then it goes down. So I'm gonna try to level this out. It's super low right there too. I'm gonna try to level this out a little bit. Okay, this is what we're working with. I tried to make it a little higher over there to slope down naturally here. Slight slope here and then it goes that way. I think that that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Remember, there's gonna be wheat fabric and compost on top of this. Okay, I admit, doesn't look great.
Nope.
But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. That's where that's going. This soil is just like, how can it be both sandy and clayey? It's like wet sand, but also kind of feels like clay. I don't know how to describe this.
And now Super Speed Tristan is measuring out the area the compost is going to go and laying the cardboard flat.
So now I can figure out how much of this cardboard I have, which I already know is not enough, but I do have a roll of cardboard, but I don't know how much of that I have, so I do want to minimize how much of that I use. So I'm going to try to be as efficient as possible. One of the reasons I'm doing this, I have lots of these guys.
I did end up needing that roll of cardboard, but I only needed 2 strips.
I am so excited. The compost is here.
I should have known something was going to go wrong when he said,
I'm getting a little scared. It's getting mushy over there.
Yeah, I can see that.
I gotta dump some of it.
Go for it.
And now we're back to where the story began.
All right, looks like he really sunk in. Oh my gosh. It's really hard to tell on camera, but that is a big divot. Maybe if I, okay. Oh God. Yep,
Oh my God!
that's some damage. Up here too, oh boy. Look at all of that damage. This right here. And this, he skidded right out on it and did that. All my carefully laid out. Oh, and I'm in another divot. Okay. If I leave it like this and it dries, that's going to be a nightmare to mow. So I got to get to work. I'm not sure because I can't be too sure, but I think this is the last of it. This is my strategy. Little feets, little feets, little feets. That's the strat. And then kind of grade it out a little bit. Yeah, so we got that. We've got that. Wow. Ask me how I did this.
Oh!
It's literally stuck to my foot. Like, really? Only me. There it is. Good morning. So, today's the day we're going to deal with this. And it has rained, so now it's even heavier. Can't wait.
So I'm just going to go ahead and spread all of this out. But as you can see, I don't know if you noticed, but I've got this raised bed very much so in the way. Yeah, I didn't really plan ahead for that. But luckily, the raised bed is just made out of logs that we had around the house. So it's pretty easy for me to take apart. And then I just have to uproot all of the plants and shovel out all of this Miracle-Gro potting mix. I'm just going to take the time right now and say, if you think that I've earned it, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel. I definitely have more videos coming, and if you stay to the end, you'll see my next video on my end screen and another cool video I made last week. I'm just going to level this out so that way it's easy for me to place my raised bed, and I have very specific measurements as to where this is going to go, so I had to make a little bit more room. And then I'm going to level out the bed itself so water doesn't drain from one area more than another. I'm also going to fill this back up with that Miracle-Gro potting mix that was in there. It's going to be a ratio of 25% Miracle-Gro potting mix and 75% of this compost. In my next video, it's going to be 75% compost and 25% of a mystery material. At the end of the video, I'll also share with you some bloopers. Yeah, I messed things up a lot.
At least this is kind of working. That's my pipe right there. I mean, it's not perfect, but maybe I can make it better. It's pouring. So, yeah. On a positive note, the rain is probably going to help settle everything that I put in there, which is good. It needs to settle. But on a negative note, my plants are just hanging out in the rain, all flopped over. Poor little guys. It's been raining for a couple of hours, and it's going to rain for a few more. And I have things to do today, so I just shoved them in there.
Oh my God!
I took all of the soil out of the middle cavity and just put it in there and called it a day. It kind of looks like the soil like toppling over, but that's just the peak of this little like hill. They don't look happy. They don't look good. They look really cramped, but I needed to get them in there. I couldn't wait any longer. I did what I did, and it is what it is.
So what do you think? Will these plants survive this gardening chaos and this over rainy weather that we're having? Check out my next video to find out.
Anyway, what is this stuff? because it's really soft and really fluffy, and I really like it, and it's super cute.
Measuring out the area that the compost is going to go and laying down the cardboard. Brr.
I think I'm zoomed in. Am I zoomed in?
I did end up needing that roll of toilet paper.